I'm always I'm always very careful about not going on too long and not going on tangents. So the editing is easy because Michelle does all the editing. And then you guys can talk about Austin at some point. Sure.
Yay.
I'm going to do a formal intro for the first time, and I'm going to keep it consistent from every episode.
Okay.
Wow.
Deal?
Yes.
All right. Welcome to How the Arts Were Won. And I'm here with my co-host or your co-host. Am I your co-host or how that works?
Huh. That's a stumper.
We'll cut that part out. Welcome to How the Arts Were Won. I'm not good at intros. I'm good at the podcast. I'm not good at the rest of the intros and the outros. Here with my wonderful co-host, Michelle Daniel. And I'm her co-host.
Yes. And you're my co-host and we're
50-50
their
split.
co-hosts and, just one big happy family.
Yes. It's country's co-host. I was going to say lovely, but I'm like, I don't know. It's 2025.
I'm going to get so offended.
Yeah. Well, we're in Honora's America now. Everything's just female positive and we can say whatever we want.
Okay.
We've got a hell of a guest on today. I don't know why I've waited so long to have this person on. She is a tremendous writer. She is making new shifts in her writing career, and I want to pick her brain about the TV world and about the publishing world. She might want to pick our brain about the publishing world, for that matter. But it is Laura Bensick. I don't have her bio in front of me, but I'm going to wing it based on scraps of memory over the last 9 years since I first met her. And it'll be fun. Fact check me
Scraps
after.
of memory. Okay. Go.
She is a Austin, Texas native. I think I got that part right. And she placed as runner-up in the 2016 Script Pipeline TV writing competition with a really wonderful pilot that did not get picked up. However, she went on to sell, I believe, 2 shows, one to Fox and one to... I'm going to take a stab. I'm going to say ABC, but I don't think it was ABC. I think it was 2 shows to Fox. And now she's here. That's her bio.
Wow.
Hi, Laura.
Wow. That was beautiful. It is Netflix for the second show.
Netflix. What was the second show?
The second show was a kind of light mystery series based all on Dickens characters. Havisham, and she is a PI who does not leave her house, much like the original character. And it was delightful and fun, and perhaps there will be a home for it elsewhere.
Sure.
But yeah.
This was a publicly announced thing. Did I not do my Google research?
It was publicly announced. So yeah,
that's why.
You're getting the down and dirty details right now.
Exclusive. Good. Ooh. When did it sell?
2021, I think.
We have a 4-year-old exclusive, but I'll take whatever. I'll take whatever exclusive I can get, sister.
Yes.
So wait, do you want to tell our listeners about the thing that you sold to Fox and that you developed with Fox?
Yes, let's start with
that would be great.
Sure. Yes. So the Fox thing was a family drama about mental health. So 3 very different families that are sort of brought together when each of their loved ones has some mental health issue. And it was inspired a bit by my own family's journey. That was with Sterling K. Brown producing and Ken Olin directing. And yes, it was a lovely experience. Sadly, did not move forward, but...
Well, let me ask you this, because there's a lot of TV writers out there, though they're dwindling, but we'll see a resurgence here any minute now. When you do sell a show and it doesn't go right away, it's not dead per se, right?
It depends. So that one being broadcast, like basically, the networks buy a certain amount of pilots per year and pitches. So that was a pitch. So I brought in as that script. And yeah, so kind of once they do their pilot pickups, if it does not make that cut, which I feel like my year, I think Fox picked up like maybe 4 drama pilots.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 2 of them made it to air. So it really dwindles a lot in that time.
Sure.
But yeah, at that point, it is kind of dead, at least at that network. And, there's always a possibility it may sell and turn around somewhere else. We did go back to another network who had wanted it, who had also made an offer on it. But then we entered COVID and everything kind of fell apart. So,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Right. For the newer TV writers, explain what you mean by turnaround.
Yeah. So that's basically like if your project doesn't go forward at whatever network bought it, another, like, your reps can kind of take it back out again and try to get another network to buy it. It's tricky. It happens rarely, I would say, but I always hold out hope for it.
And is that a process you would initiate, or do your reps say, okay, now's the time to try again?
Yeah. Kind of a joint, like, I think it's like, if there is a possibility that seems like a strong possibility that someone might want it, then maybe someone who previously expressed interest, then yes, you're more likely to take it out. I will say it's also different. Like, I've had a few scripts optioned at like the studio level, and that has been a bit easier. Like, once the option lapses, then you do get that project back and you can take it out a little more easily to other places. So that's what happened. The script that I placed in script pipeline that was like optioned by Sony, and we had an actress attached and director attached, and it didn't sell. But, after that option lapsed, then it was like, okay, I can take it out again. And so still holding out hope for that one to land somewhere someday.
And I want to circle back to that one at the end, because you've done something very interesting with it.
Why at the end? You have a plan. You have a master plan.
Because this is how I'm structuring the podcast.
Structure.
It's all up here, but
Matt is the most organized person, so
okay.
I actually am organized. I don't have that 4D chess strategy that some of our presidents might have. I won't name names.
Okay.
Clearly, they know exactly.
Some of our
what they're
presidents.
doing.
Wait, how many presidents do we have?
It's Donald Trump I'm talking about.
That one. I'm just kidding.
One.
Okay. Moving on.
I don't know if you've heard of him. No, we'll revisit it in a moment, because I want to ask about the Netflix show. Is there a difference when something goes into turnaround with a regular network or with a streamer? Are there any differences, or is it pretty much the same kind of thing? Or potentially goes into turnaround.
Yeah, as far as I could tell, pretty much the same. And my reps, I'm sure, may be able to answer that more specifically. But yes, from what I could tell, it is the same. And I think the challenge, again, finances, I get confused by, but is that if another network buys it, then they have to pay the previous network like what they paid for it. And so that, I think, because Netflix paid well, one of the networks we were going to was kind of a smaller network that perhaps would not have that money, made it a little bit more of an uphill battle. So
right. That said, you've gotten farther than most TV writers. Most TV writers who have been staffed even have not even really come close to getting a show sold. It's so competitive. How has the TV world changed over the last, let's say, like 2 years, 3 years, like from just before the strike to now?
Yeah, it definitely, right before the strike, it was hitting a breaking point, I would say, where it was like, oh, there are so many not good things happening that are going to, totally quash this industry. And, the strike, I thus feel, was very necessary. But I think we also weren't prepared for the contraction coming out of the strike. And so, the past few years have been very rough. Like I know so many, extremely talented people, all levels of writers who just have not been able to find work. And, I have friends who are now like moving out of LA and, really struggling. And I feel like just in the last, basically this year, I'm seeing like the slightest uptick towards hopefulness again.
Yeah, so am I.
Kind of based on both, like, my reps who are, very managing expectations, even
Right.
they have like a hint of optimism. I just got my first like showrunner staffing meeting that I've had since before the strike. So that it was a nice sign. And one of my friends who was out of a job for 3 years just got staffed. And so
Yay.
I'm like, okay, there's maybe a little something starting
There's
to
a
happen
blush
again,
of hope on the horizon.
Exactly.
Yeah, blush of hope.
Yes.
Not bad.
But yeah.
Michelle's a screenwriter too. That's why she.
Oh, nice.
Like blush of
Blush
hope.
of hope. Yeah, I wouldn't write that in a screenplay. Who writes? Okay.
Well, she's a screenplay. She's a screenwriter and an author. Which look at this segue. 4D chess, baby, bringing it back. Which you are technically now, Laura.
Yeah.
As you
Thanks.
migrated to fiction, right?
Yeah. So adding that, it's still very much doing TV and dipping my toes in features and stuff too. But yes, also getting into fiction as well.
So
tell us what you're adapting. Could it be a pilot script?
Yes. So yeah, it's the script that I was second place with in Script Pipeline. Not that I'm salty about not winning the contest.
You know what? Pause right there for 1 second. We actually got rid of the runner-up position because I was so tired of like, oh, this person's the runner-up. Finalist sounds so much better and just straightforward rather than the first loser.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if I can refer to you as a finalist from here on out, I'm going to get permission from all former runner-ups.
Great.
Yeah. It was a very close year, to be fair.
Yes. No, their script was excellent. I just like to give Matt a hard time.
Of course. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yes, but that script I have now adapted into a novel, which is my first novel. It's called The Mother, and it's about a mother who had postpartum psychosis and was convicted of killing her child. And this is now like 13 years later. She gets out of the psychiatric hospital, comes back to her small Texas hometown, and is trying to like make amends with her family. But she secretly believes that she did not do this and is determined to prove her innocence, mostly to have a relationship with her surviving daughter, who was only like 2 weeks old when this murder happened. So yeah, psychological thriller is a dark story, but
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
What I really love, and thus have, not, despite writing the script many years ago, like the characters have stayed so close to my heart. So, yeah.
I actually don't know the twist either and who the murderer is. So don't tell me though, because I want to, I know we're kind of helping you on the side with the book. And, even if we can't help find a good, a home for it, I think it's going to, look, you're a good enough writer to where in publishing, the good writing does actually kind of bubble up to the top and things happen at least.
Yeah.
Whereas in film and TV, frustratingly enough, that doesn't always become a guarantee.
That's true. Definitely.
It's tough.
So I definitely see a thread here, a through line of mental health. So is this something like in all of your stories, or
Yeah, I would say in most of them, probably not all, but most, which I think just, again, goes back to that kind of personal family history of my brother and mom both struggling with some pretty severe mental health issues at times. And so, I think for me, it's stories I'm familiar with, but also hopefully counteracting that stigma that still exists so much. And, in particular, in the case of the mother, it was really like, let's show mental health within the context of a family and how this, touches everybody differently and how everybody is reacting to it. But ultimately, this kind of, which is what I found in my family, that like mental illness really teaches you the meaning of unconditional love. And so that is, threaded through a lot of my stories.
That's awesome.
Let me ask you, why did you choose to adapt the mother into a book? Because a lot of writers, I keep telling them, and they're sick of hearing it at this point. I'm like, have you explored fiction? Have you explored short stories? And just kind of like getting your feet wet and seeing if you like it. And a lot of them end up not only liking it, but they end up being pretty good writers in that space too, right?
Yeah.
So what was kind of the motivation for you to switch over with this story?
It was kind of a slow, filter of a few things where, like, while I was taking it out as a script, I had a few people say to me, this would make a really great book if you ever want to write as a book. And at the time I was like, oh God, like I don't know how to write a book and it's going to take so long. And I was just kind of scared of it, I think. But I just like couldn't let go of these characters. And so actually during the writer's strike, I mentally was just not in the place at all to think about screenwriting, nor could we obviously take anything out. And so I was like, let me just try like the first 10 pages and see how this feels. And I pretty immediately just really loved, working in this different medium and the character, like just finding these new layers of depths to all of the characters. And so I ended up, I like rented an Airbnb, which was like a cabin in the woods, which is perhaps not the best place to write a thriller.
Or psychological thriller.
Yes. But I rented that for a week and was like, let me just try writing, more let me really focus on it for this week. And I did the first, 20,000 words, very rough, but it thus was like, oh, maybe I can really do this. And I'm having so much fun doing it. It just felt, I think especially since I've been doing a lot of development in recent years, I haven't been writing as much. And so just getting to really dive in and be fully in that world. And I would work for hours and hours, just lost in the book. I really loved it.
Well, and the pilot and just being with that story for so long served as a blueprint, I'm sure. So that makes writing the book probably a little bit easier.
Exactly. And I did have, from taking it out, not that I ever had the chance to pitch out the whole series, but I had mapped out here's what would happen every episode. And so I did have, quite a thorough blueprint of where the whole story would go. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a backdoor to getting which is funny to say in your case, because it came so close, because it had attachments and it had, I won't name who was attached, but big name attachments from what you told me. And it would just be interesting if it becomes a book and then it becomes hot right away and then gets picked up and wow, look at this new story.
That's what's going to happen, almost guaranteed. But it is so funny because you said, what did you say? Oh, that when someone said, oh, this should be a book, you never hear that. It's always the other way around. Oh, this would make a great movie. Yeah. It's
been the opposite lately. I've been saying it a lot too. Just some stories are suitable for film or TV. Some stories are suitable just for books. Yeah. I think most have that crossover. And this is certainly one that would fit in that thriller space really well. Michelle and I both are kind of connected to the thriller world, and we go to Thriller Fest every year, as the name would indicate, mostly thriller writers. And we nothing against those authors, but I don't see that much cool high concept stuff like Laura's book. So I don't know if you would agree, Michelle.
I think that's right, and especially not in the psychological thriller category, you know,
/ women's fiction. You see, a lot of it, but nothing too bold and audacious. I guess
that is true. Yeah, no, I wanted to ask you because I noticed in the bio that I was looking up for you because as much as I trusted Matt's, 9 years of scrap material, what was it? I don't remember. Scrap memories. Okay, because I keep wanting to say scrap metal, and obviously that's not right. So scrap memories of you. I still looked up my own information, and I see that you were a drama major at Washington University in St. Louis, right?
I was.
So how did your experience there? How did that transition to TV, and then how has that helped you at all in your novel writing as well?
Yeah, I think one of the great things about theater is it's so character focused, and I think what I have been told and I hope about myself is I'm often a character writer. And while I was there, the mental health theme, I wrote a play that was interviewing all of my family members and basically weaving this together, like the Laramie Project or other documentary kind of drama plays into a story of 9 years in my family's life since my brother's diagnosis. And that was, I think, was the first writing I was really proud of and also kind of got attention. And I think playwriting, again, is so character focused that coming to TV, that is also, I would say, a very much a character medium, because if you don't fall in love with these people, you're not going to want to sit around and watch them for 10 seasons, in
every
years
day
past when it was 10 seasons. Yeah.
Oh, the olden days. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyday Insanity was based on that play, correct?
Not fully. It was, I would say, inspired, of, just in general, that it was my, family's history, but it was not the execs did not read that play or anything. Though the producers wonderfully did come to opening night of it here, which is so nice. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's where I got confused on the timeline of it.
Yeah.
Actually, let me ask you this. Here's a wild card question. Were you a dating advice columnist too? I saw that on the internet.
Yes.
I was.
I didn't mention your bio because I needed to fact check it. I'm not even fact checking this here.
Yeah. So our college newspaper, I was the Carrie Bradshaw, which was, I had zero dating experience, really. I actually ended up writing a pilot about this because I was it was ridiculous. I was very much oh, let me tell you how to live your love life. And I was I don't know at all what I'm saying, but it was so fun.
Fantastic.
And I loved Sex and the City. And so it was delightful to pretend that I knew what I was talking about. And people would not often, but it was ridiculous when it happened, would recognize me on campus and be you're the Romance 101 girl. And I was yes.
Now, did this pay off for you personally in your own life?
Eventually, yes. Somehow my husband fell in love with all of my ridiculousness. And yes, we've been married for 11 years now. So yes, I was just a crazed romantic, and he dealt with
Wow. And yet you're not writing romances, or is there romance in all your books?
I know. There is spoiler, a little romance in the book, and yes, there's romantic elements, I'd say, to a lot of my work. But yes, I do. I feel that's one of my next up projects is I really want to write a rom-com.
I think
feature,
you should
so.
Because see, for me, I'm good at writing romance, but I don't want to do it I don't like to do what's easy. I don't like to do what's easy. I always want to challenge myself, like always. But I know that would have been like the path of least resistance if I had just gone the romance route.
But now I want to read your romance.
Oh my God.
She's never written a runner.
I have. I actually have.
Oh, you got to break that out. She writes, for some background, Laura, I know you don't know Michelle. She writes like political thrillers and like
the easy stuff.
She has a book that came out 2 years ago, nonfiction on like
the BBC Russian service.
Yeah, the BBC Russian service in the USSR during the 80s, like during the Cold War. So the romance thing threw me for it.
Yeah.
We'll do a live read. That'll be the next episode. No guess. Live reading.
It's a Texas romance, you know. So, which is another thing I don't do is write anything that's set in Texas because that's easy because I live here.
Well, Laura is also from Austin. Is that correct?
I know. I'm so excited that you are there. Did you grow up in Austin too?
No, so I didn't, but I have spent most of my life in Texas now, like a huge portion of it. But yeah, Austin, I've been here the longest of any place ever. So I've lived here since I started college. So I went to UT.
Yeah.
But I was in Texas before that. I was just like up the road, an hour north of Austin. And then I came to Austin to go to college. And that was in 2004. Something like that. Okay. So I've been in Austin ever since then. So it's a long time.
That's amazing. Yeah. I love it.
Laura, how often do you go back to Austin?
Like once or twice.
Really?
A year.
Do you have family still here?
My mom wishes it was more too.
Right.
Yeah. My mom and dad, they're divorced, but they still both live in Austin. So yes, it's hard. I feel like once you're married and then you're splitting time with in-laws too, it gets a little trickier. Yep. But yes, I love Austin. And I mean, it's changed radically since I was growing up there. Yeah. Which, yes, I always tell people, I was like, for better and for worse. Like, you know, I do miss old school Austin and it's hippie vibes. And I mean, not that those still don't exist somewhat, but yeah, it was much more like small town feel.
Yeah, it was like a college town with a little Capitol building on the side.
Yes, exactly. But now, like, the food scene is amazing there now.
It is amazing. Matt can attest to that. He was just here in the fall. Wait, no, last summer.
It's true. I was there
the best time to be in Texas.
5 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, you were there. You were here for a long time.
Yeah, the best time to be. Let me tell you something. I simultaneously lost 10 pounds and gained 10 pounds just from sweating everything out. Just meat sweats.
Yep.
Eating
weeks.
And sweating. Yeah. Sweating and eating.
I went to Torchy's Tacos 9 times.
Great queso.
Yes. I went to so many restaurants. I went to all the barbecue places. I went to, it's a top 3 food city, in my opinion, worldwide, probably. Food is great everywhere. Weather, a little sticky for me.
Well, that's why you go to Barton Springs to cool down.
It's a cool off.
Springs.
Yeah.
It's like very cold and delightful.
Oh, well, I wish I could have known earlier.
Sorry.
It's okay. Whatever. I finally lost my Austin weight, by the way. Very proud of that. This is true. I gained like 7-8 pounds. And like, I had to get violently sick to lose it. That should be in a travel ad for Austin. But I like it. It's a great city. It's a very creative city still. They've got their storytelling spirit, it feels like.
I know. I do wish, like, I feel like there was a whatever happened years ago where they like almost did good tax credits there for filming and then it didn't
and then
happen.
They didn't. Yeah.
And I'm like, that would be so nice if like filming really, I know occasionally happens there, but if it had become like Atlanta or whatever, would be awesome.
Yeah. And you've got, variance in geography to go film stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
God, the variance. Yeah, we've got like amazing views over here. Oh, and then if you went up on Mount Bonnell, right?
Yes,
I mean,
that
is like a European view.
Yeah.
Mount Bonnell?
Yes, I should have forced you to go, Matt. But Mount Bonnell, like if you go up there, it's not very high. You just go up there and you can see the river and you see the other side, and literally you feel like you're, I don't know, in Central Europe, like on the Danube River or something like that. It's really amazing.
Laura, is that true?
It's true.
All
and
right.
where I watched
I can send you
the
pictures.
sun rise like the day after my high school graduation, when you were like, look at the world standing before me.
Yes.
As you do when you're 18 years old and dramatic.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much of this will make the final version, but it's all been very illuminating to me. I went to like,
for sure.
I went to like 2 Torchies and a Madewell, and then I went home. I guess I don't know. I need to spend like a year in Austin to really explore properly. So, what's the next move outside of your book for you?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself doing the whole author split? Like,
I would love to do that. Yes, that is, the goal. And yes, I'm like starting kind of brainstorming. I have like a few ideas for what the next book would be. And so now I'm kind of settling on what's next. I'm going to a writer's residency in April that I'm like, ooh, that could be kind of my first spurt working on.
Oh, where's it at?
One. It's in Temecula, so not too far.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just south of us. A bit.
Oh, okay. So it's a California thing. That's what I don't.
It is California. Yeah. Makes it easy.
Temecula Writers Residency. Is it like a little small group sort of workshop thing?
Yeah, it's called Doorland is the name of the residency, and you each have like your own little cottage, and it's a very like independent one. Like a lot of writers' residencies are like work during the day, all like eat together at night. This one, you really have completely your own time, and then they do like once a week a kind of residence meetup to like, everybody reads a little selection or show. There's like painters there, composers, like whatever your art form is, you share a little bit of that. And yeah, I really like it because I think especially, in the entertainment industry, like so much of my time is like out networking and dealing in meetings and So like to have just a chunk of time where I don't need to talk to anyone and can just write is really, really wonderful. So, and beyond the book, working on some new TV and feature stuff and waiting to hear on this staffing job. Good. I'm pitching a show next week to a network, an unnamed network at this moment. That I've pitched with a showrunner to a few other places. This will probably be our last shot at it. So let's hope they want it. But
and you're still at UTA, right?
I'm still at UTA. Yeah.
Do you like it with them?
I do. Yeah. No, my agent there is really wonderful, and like I've been with her for like almost 10 years, I guess, or something. And I feel like one of the things I really love about her is as you can probably tell from this discussion, write stuff a little bit all over the board, all different genres. And she's never been one of those reps who's like, you have to brand yourself with this specific thing. She's like, fine, you want to write broadcast, do that. You want to do a streaming psychological thriller, whatever.
Wow. And they're supportive of writing the book, I'm sure, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
now, would she also, or does she have, lit agent connections in the publishing world, or is she going to be the direct one who's going to pitch it for you?
Yeah. I think like you're talking about like a book to film sort of situation. Yeah.
Well, or just to get the publishing rights, or, to get a publishing deal, that kind of thing for your novel.
She does not so UTA has a lit department. Right. And she is like helping there, but does not like personally, there's just not
She's
a
strictly
lot of,
film and TV, I'm sure.
yeah,
right?
exactly. There's not a lot of crossover I'm discovering in general, which is interesting, between entertainment and publishing.
Not at all.
It's like,
Right.
quite
Right.
separate, which is
It's
strange.
very strange.
And you're going to be
strange.
shocked if you haven't already realized how little. This isn't a knock to either industry. It's just they're in their lane. How little film and TV people actually know about the publishing world, and how little publishing people know about
Vice
how film
versa.
and TV works.
Yeah.
And it's totally, again, it's not a criticism. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And both sides think they know a lot.
Yes.
And they just-
Yes.
And both sides think they're better than the other side.
Right. This is the classier industry in publishing. Yeah.
My bubble is better than your bubble.
Right. It gets very, but no, there is that huge gap. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make it really any easier in getting a big book deal. You got to find the right book agent, really, that has those connections.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's the handful of like literary agencies that say we do also represent people who have screenplays or have a novel which also has a screenplay, but they're very few and far between. And I honestly don't know how effective they are.
they spread themselves too thin when you try and
Yeah.
do too much, is what I've found.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure one day some mega agent will figure out how to do everything great. But
Right. So I guess my bottom line question is, are you pitching your novel right now, or do you already have an agent?
So I'm currently in the market for an agent if somehow anyone's listening. That is in that world. And yes, and Matt and Pipeline folks are assisting me with that as well. So
much as we can.
yes.
9 years after her placing as a finalist, not a runner-up.
There we go.
Retconning history, not retconning, revising history.
Revisionist.
Yeah. Hey, no, I'm very eager to see what we can do. I'm eager to see what what happens on your end, and I really think it'll land somewhere. You're obviously a good writer. I've been telling writers, you have to kind of look at yourself as a storyteller who can sort of cross over into different mediums, because most of them are, right?
Yeah.
They might not, I'm not forcing anybody to write for TV or write fiction or write, for film only, but it's good to explore all those other areas.
Yeah. And I think honestly, like writing prose is making me a better screenwriter now. Like, of how I'm thinking through things. And
vice versa there too, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, I very much like encourage, again, like do what's best for you. But like writers, I think, if you can explore other mediums, if you feel drawn to that at all, like I know it's perhaps scary as it was for me, but I've just found it like incredibly rewarding. And I think I was talking to a former professor about writing this novel, and he put it so well, where he was like, and I don't know if this is someone else's quote he used, but that writing a screenplay is like swimming in a pool, and writing a novel is like swimming in the ocean. And I was like, yes, that is like, you just can go so many places in a novel that you could never, those would all get edited out of,
right.
play. And so, it's been really fun just to like, go on some what seem like tangents perhaps in the novel, but are actually character deepening things that then also pay off, of course, with the plot later and all of that. So I like that analogy too.
That's actually, that is a quote. Lord Byron.
There you go.
Lord Byron.
Can you believe it?
Lord Byron.
The man was a poet. What can I say?
Oh my gosh.
At any rate, Laura Bensick, I'm going to pre-promote The Mother. You heard it here first on this podcast. It'll lead to many sales. I'm sure people are bookmarking it in their brains. The Mother, hopefully it comes out soon. Hopefully something happens with it. Big series, big book, the next Gillian Flynn.
Yes. Sounds great.
Thank you so much for being here as well.
Thank you, Laura. It was a pleasure to meet an Austinite such as yourself.
No. Thanks for having me. It was speaking beyond, or not saying lovely now. He's
We'll delete this one immediately.
Oh my God, that was a stunning endorsement.
We'll find a cutting point there.
Can I revise that I'm happy an independent film one?
You're still here? No, I'm kidding.